modify, whatever. But it went so hard live. You had a bunch of those shows, like, you know, it was just a. So it's like it'll translate to whatever medium it needs to translate to. But is it like a lo-fi beat thing? Probably not, because it's just that big clipped, you know, sound. So yeah, off the track for a lot of the drums, and then also some shit. I think the drums. Let's see if this is I don't know if I'm fucking with this record. Hard live. Like, I didn't really like Honda Civic music when I first made it until I started playing it live, and then I like got it. You know what I mean? Like, it's hard to. But, and then that was kind of what I was talking about with like the PS2 vibe, that fucking, there's an era that's coming back around aesthetically in a lot of ways for people that was like very near and dear to me. That was my like childhood, was that shit. I was born in 97. You know what I mean? So I was I had a PS1, PS2. And I feel like that, you know, I drove a fucking 04 Honda Civic hybrid for a while. Like, it's an era that's like in that, which is less LA, more just like my fucking childhood shit. So I think the influences of that, like, energy of that song are where that went. And like All Aquarian Team is another one like that, where it started with just that, you know, whatever. I mean, because this is just my fucking, the SP process. You know what I mean? Like, I've only had this shit for like, or the Mark II at least, for like a fucking couple weeks. So I'm still trying to figure out what to do on this motherfucker. Alright, ashtray over here. It didn't fit aesthetically necessarily into all the other styles I was working with, but that was one of the songs that just did so well live. You know what I mean? Like, and it was just a vibe. It's almost like it was a vibe, and every single one of my sets would kind of break it down. And so that's what it does in the album, is like break everything down a little bit. And then it's just me playing, besides the vocal chop, the vocal sample, which came from a tape from fucking, I don't even remember, from I think Sierra Leone. Oh, it's not chopping up. And then chop this one. So then, besides we were just talking about with like mastering it for the tape experience, like that being primary, also It's just I like to have shit on cassette. It's just such a better way to check me out and support my shit. Is to like, yes, please stream it. Yeah, go listen to it. But like, if you buy this tape and you bump it and you like it and you listen to the whole thing, you're gonna get a better introduction to the whole idea and shit like that than if you just check it out while you're driving and like, you know, jump around to like the songs you think are gonna be good and don't catch it. So, you know, it's cliche. It's like, you know, you force people when you have that physical format to actually listen to the whole thing. But on the other side of that, like, it was also massive for that intention. Like, it's supposed to be listened to on tape. That's like, I didn't do it as an afterthought. Like, that's kind of the idea from the beginning. So not everything that I've done ends up on tape, needs to be on tape. But some of them, that's the best way to experience it. You get the little fold out and shit like that. And like, you know. So I think that it's intentional. I think it's a good thing that people should do is like, try to get some more of their stuff on physical. Vinyl is expensive, but like, cassettes aren't that bad. So shout out to fucking Blind Buddha Records, which is OGX Loop in Orlando, who did it. He's got more things coming out in the future, so there'll be more tapes. And they came out sounding great, so I think it's a good listening experience. That's interesting. I mean, I think I made it for tape. I think I made it for, I mean, please fucking stream it. Like, please listen to it. And it's not everything's so, like, live forward, but it's like I made it for people live first. Because that's the songs that sounded the best in those venues. So that's like the primary audience. And then whittling all that down to, like, some things didn't make it because they're just too blown out or, like, they're too not finished or whatever. But then that secondary audience being like the tape, that making sure that tape, you know, fucking slaps, and you know, mastering it really more for tape than even for streaming, and even leaving, you know, some of the aesthetics of each song, leaving in noise and mastering it the way I did, was for people to like get the tape, see the fucking bag. It comes in a little brown bag with stickers on it. Blind Buddha Records sticker, Ya Boy Pax sticker, and then you put in the tape and it sounds great. And it's like, it kind of blows out your cassette deck. So yeah, so I hope people get the tape, not just to like sell the tape, but also to experience it like that and just put it on and just, you know, fuck with it.
2-second hiccup.
So yeah, so the whole Brown Bag Bangers is influenced directly from the type of shows and shit that we play a lot, kind of out here in LA and in the IE and stuff like that. Like, just the ones that are not necessarily at a venue, but like outside, like a Love Supreme, like fucking Burgers and Beats or something like that, or like play a show at Pooh. So like the sound is like a direct kind of inspiration from that like type of show, being outside with a beer, with like a brown bag, smoking and like listening to the music in like less of like a formal venue setup. You know what I mean? So like so all those songs are like songs that I felt were in that kind of sonic vibe, and like the people that inspire that are like, Ross G, DiBiase, like earlier LA beatsy guys, but then also like we talked about this too, like DJ Battlecat has been some shit I've been listening to. It's just like West Coast beats and kind of like early 2000s LA beats, or like PS2 loading music type shit with like Need for Speed type beat. I feel like it all kind of comes in. It's like 2003 kind of coming back around for people in like different aesthetic ways. It's like that sound and like just being inspired by LA and the West Coast, and then bringing that into like my thing that I already do, like Ya Boy Pax beat tape. But then a lot of those shows that we do, and like the sound of that, of being outside in LA with good weather, listen to bangers with the brown bag, you know what I mean? So that became like the physical manifestation of it.
Should we post that one?
So they're fighting with the farmers and the valley and shit like that.
That's some real shit.
That's real. No, that shit actually happened. It's based on real shit. It's based on like Mulholland and all that shit.
Yeah.
But in the movie, it's different than the actual.